back to Hoonigans Wanted 2. Today, we're here at Willow Springs, and I've got a very special guest host with me. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brian Scotto.
Thanks for the introduction, Zach. I appreciate that you treat everything like a game show. So today is the penultimate. I hope you enjoy that word. That means almost ultimate. Ultimate. Whoever advances today, not only do they get a chance at winning the 124th track car that we built, they actually get to drive the 124 Rally. It's an FIA rally car. It's got almost 400 horsepower, pneumatic sequential shift. It's just super badass. Anyway, they get to drive that if they get through today.
Today's challenge will consist of time lapse at the 1.6 mile streets of Willow with an added high-speed drift section at the end for style points. We'll be challenging the drivers to go from tighty to slidey and back again for 3 hot laps. You ready?
This is that part where we try to stage a high five.
Yeah.
We do a really bad job at making reality TV.
Yeah. Sweet. Do the necessary high fives. Get it.
High fives.
You trying to
This is way better. See, I'm happy we practiced that before, because before sucked. You guys will go out today, get a quick run with Reese and Tavo, kind of sight the course, have a feel for it. You're basically gonna run the entire course and then you're gonna slide the last section. What that's going to be is a judge drift. You look really nervous about this.
A little bit.
You killed it yesterday, I heard. So you shouldn't be worried, except that this is like second gear entry, pulling handbrake and sliding. All right, Riesel, walk us through the little course you built.
The course that was laid out today is the original streets course. So it has 2 upper hairpin rights that shoot you back down onto the skid pad. Let's go. Contenders will be about 85 mile an hour into the first corner, little faint left, faint right, trim the apex barrel, blind braking over crest. You got to brake really late. Down into second, roll speed, late apex, trim the barrel again, little feint on the exit, third gear, down into a long sweeping left, and the apex is actually about middle of course here. And now we're coming up to a non-traditional part of the streets, double hairpin right. Really want to see those road racing skills, different throttle traces through the corner here. And then at the end of the lap, we've got a little surprise for them. Are you ready for the surprise?
Yeah, let's see the surprise.
Yes! All right, that's your course preview.
Probably the first time she slid a car at that speed.
Oh, you know that.
and not in a bad situation where she was thinking that her day's over.
If she rinses and repeats what she just did, it might become a bit of a struggle.
Coming with the heat. Oh!
Such a wild card.
Come on, like this car on this track, it just feels so good. But the car weighs so little that even though the tire isn't that grippy, the car is so good through the corners.
He's definitely going for the more throttle, less brake.
There's like bees in the car. He's like, oh my god!
My traction control turned off.
Yeah, I wonder why, because you were going backwards through the dust and dirt.
I don't understand how to drift this thing.
I think he's got the most pressure of anybody because I feel like everybody thinks that he's a shoe-in, and so we're obviously putting him through the gauntlet.
He's got to work that much harder, and I think we're seeing the effects of that right now.
I don't know, the left, I don't want to make like excuses or anything. I definitely need to figure this car out more, for sure.
Very interesting.
Yeah, that both of our loose surface drivers, the people who should be able to slide cars, spun, and the road racers kept it tighty and still were able to slide.
Is it the pressure that they
He has a really good point about, especially for Micah, is that the car is so different than when he's used to sliding because you sit on the rear axle.
I mean, the track's super fun. I'm really surprised we go as fast as we do through the first couple corners. Either way, I'm just focused on this part. I mean, that's where everybody's sitting. I'm trying to look cool, man.
So we got some times.
Not surprisingly, Jackie's fastest. But what is surprising is how consistent. I don't even know if I would say it's surprising. You could see it in the way she drives. Ashton's times are like they would just tense off of each other. Micah kind of all over the place. Obviously, he's had some spins. Christian got faster and faster. Well, he had a little bit slow there because I think he had it off, if I remember correctly. But then, even if you look at Christian's fastest time, it's less than, it's just a 10th off of Ashton's time. So she's right there. Like, I think a little bit of push, and you could find her actually surprising everybody. It's weird that the road course people are doing better today than our drift and rally drivers.
Yeah, with much cleaner slides.
I would have mad lost that bet.
So you guys ready?
Dale, yeah.
Dale, yeah. Wow, I haven't heard that one yet.
Go time?
All right.
Nicely done.
Oh, the redemption lap.
I think we're seeing stuff.
They did it though. I appreciate the exit. Take the mirror off.
Yeah.
Sorry!
He pulled that together like nothing to that really quick.
Awesome.
You guys realize that you were barely a 10th apart.
And you
Who?
still
You
are.
and her. We're barely a 10th
Still a 10th
apart.
apart?
Just which direction?
Might be one way or the other.
Let her roll in. Bring it back in just a little bit there. Up to third. Down to second. Hug the barrel. There we go. That was, oh my God. This feels faster. Up to third. Let her eat. Don't you worry about that.
Oh,
There he goes.
on the point!
Oh man.
Look at at that arm wind up though. He's coming
Saw
through
that?
the corner like this. What is
That was
that?
awesome.
That's called flexing.
Screaming third. Draw her back just a little bit. Don't upset the car too much. Don't piss her off, man. There it is. Hug the barrel. Let's go.
He's gotten better every lap. 4 tenths and then 2 tenths.
Let her eat. I gotta tell you, it's a little Fiat. Woo! Turbo 4-cylinder. We're getting it done for the boys out here. The arm out the window was epic. That was super legit.
All right.
Moment of truth.
Yes. This is where we eliminate our last two to go into our finals.
For me personally, if I look at yesterday, you saw Jackie go fail, fail, most remarkable run of the day.
Yeah.
And that got him through. Today,
He kind of did the opposite.
today, actually, when he needed to perform on the 4, it was kind of like, okay, better, fail, fail. Still fast, but then the drift part of it was not spectacular.
Oh yeah, unfortunately, yeah, that does not count in Jackie's favor today.
Side, and I know I'm commenting on your driver's flip side.
I like that though. It's good.
would be,
It's like talking on someone else's kid shitty.
Yeah. Talking about your second driver, Micah, great through all of the challenges. Choked when I expected him to perform yesterday in the stunt section, and then today take him out of his element. In practice laps, he was the slowest by 3 seconds, made a huge improvement when the challenge laps came to play, and connected the drift zone really well.
You know, Ashton, from the first practice where she had no idea, I think, how to drift in second gear around that whole corner to her competitive laps, it was night and day. I mean, it
4 solid laps.
She by far is like my favorite of the day. Even if she's not the fastest, her first attempt at sliding the car, I was like, this is gonna be tough. Like, she's never gonna put it together. And then by the end, she had like the most consistent slide. Like she was marking a corner every time. It might not have been the best, but it was exactly the same every time. It was super consistent. Yeah, let's do times. All right. She ran the exact time into the thousandths.
2 laps identical.
Into the thousandths.
It's consistency.
It's worth noting that in practice, she didn't break a 108
So she improved the most.
by a second every single
And Jackie actually slowed down.
He slowed down.
Since practice.
Went slower, only really put together 1 good lap and hit the cones on 2 of the others.
Micah got faster.
He got way faster though. He
Micah
got like
way faster.
2 seconds faster.
If you were to say who moves forward from your team, who would you pick?
For me, it's Ashton. Consistency really wins me over. She has 2 laps that are identical on lap time down to the thousandth of a second. She had 3 really good slides through the drift zone and 4 laps in the 107s. Christian was slightly behind. He had 2 mistakes and spins, and then he put together 1 lap to be a comparison to hers. So Ashton for me.
So I'm going Micah. Micah went from completely out of his element, first time ever on the streets.
He says streets too. What is with these off-road
It
guys?
says the streets on this sign. Went from horrible practice laps.
Absolute garbage.
Yeah, it was really bad.
109s, 120s, 116s.
He was more than 2 seconds off the pace.
It was, and that was his best lap. The other ones were doing donuts in the dirt, you know? He went from that to being consistent. 3 laps in 107. It showed progress.
And he's less than 3 tenths off Jackie's time, which actually got slower.
Actually, if you take the average of their 3 best, they're identical.
Jackie, even though his fastest time was a little bit faster than Micah, he wasn't clean. And if those cones on the outside would have been concrete barriers, the car would have still been there. We were looking for both good times and a clean drift slide. Weighing all 3 days was obviously the first day, and going into what tomorrow's challenge is, I would go with Micah.